I'm Nancy. I'm going to get myself set up here on Facebook. If you prefer, you can watch me on Facebook at Run a Girl Designs. That is a great place to watch me live also. Okay, let me make sure my everything looks good on this end. All right, we are good to go. Hi everybody, it's Nancy. Hope you're doing awesome today. Happy Wednesday. If it says was live above my head on Facebook, then that means you missed it and you caught the replay. That's totally fine. Please comment hashtag replay, and then I know you were here. We're going to take the back of my 'Tis the Season football sign, and we're going to do something on the back. For me, these two things that I do are sort of back to back. This way I can just flip them around. Let me see. Message was sent. Keyword today is cafe, C-A-F-E. So when you pop on, type the word cafe and check your messages. While you're getting here, I'm going to go ahead and paint this round. This is a 16-inch door round, so go ahead. You can grab it, anywhere you want to grab them, but I do have them in my shop, and when you type the word cafe and check your messages, this will be a part of that. You can add or subtract anything you like from the cart at any point. Guys, I have some house paint left over. So when I have a big project to paint in white, a lot of times I am using this. This is basically a creamy, slightly off white color, but use any white that you like. If you like bright white, go with that. Anything's gonna work, but since this is a larger area and I'm live, it covers faster, and we can just get this part out of the way as quick as possible. All right, so I have had a busy morning. Obviously, I have this thing on my neck again, so I had my little, they call it a surgery, but it's like a local excision, maybe would be a better way to put it, called the Mohs procedure. So they want to make sure they get rid of all the skin cancer off of you, and then they put you in this little room and you wait. And if you're not lucky, then you got to go back in like I was, and have a little more removed. And so for me, the whole thing I was home, it took about 2 hours, I guess, the whole kit and caboodle. So it wasn't terrible. And where else do I got to be other than in my garage with my laser or here crafting with you? So it wasn't a big deal. But anyway, I got some stitches. So that's what you're seeing there. So, oh my God. And they said like 4 to 8 weeks of recovery for the stitches. Ugh, gross. Okay, let me see who's here. Hi, Charlene. Yep, I'm doing good, Teresa. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Yes, I did, Cindy. It's this this long, big, giant thing. Thank you for asking. Hi, Nina and Teresa and Janet and Susan, Patricia. I mean, in the grand scheme of life, this is a minor annoyance, but I had to take care of it. I asked him. I said because of my hi, Marianne Brendo. Oh, that's hilarious, Marianne. In the grand scheme of life, this is not that terrible. But I did ask him because of my history if I should be extra worried. And he said this is just a result of you being very fair-skinned. So in my mind, I took that to mean I shouldn't worry. I mean, it's just part of it, I guess. Hi, Wanda. Wanda, it's Nancy. My name's Nancy. Wanda Forrest. Thank you, Kathleen. I'm so glad you're here. What did you ask me? Does it hurt? Not yet, but it's starting just a little. Okay, they numbed me like 3 different times. So they numb you, and then they take an excision. And then you go wait, and then if you have to go back, then they numb me again. And then then I had to wait again, and then they numb you again when you have to have your stitches in. Thank goodness, because because of where it is, it felt a little like I was like, you know, when you touch like right here, it feels like you're choking a little bit. So very glad to be numbed. So I was numbed again around 11 Central Time. I feel like it's starting to wear off a little bit. I'm sure it'll be more uncomfortable as the afternoon goes on, which is why I figured, and I have to leave this giant, that's okay. I know you watch Rachel also, but isn't she on vacation? It's all good. I know you know me. Anyhow, I gotta leave this giant thing on for 24 hours. It can't get wet or anything. And then I think there's some other kind of bandage underneath here too. I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't want to see it. So, hi, Janelle. Okay, we're gonna set this aside. I may give it another coat, but we gotta paint some other things. So I'm just gonna set this aside for now. Okay, we're gonna get our little paint board out. Hi, Beverly. I'm doing pretty well. There are so many of us, Wanda. Okay, so I have all these cutouts from my shop. And somebody the other day mentioned something, and I thought, that's really smart. She said now on some of these, there are these burn marks on the edges, okay? And her comment was she takes a baby wipe, and instead of sanding them off, she just takes a baby wipe and rubs it. Now, it doesn't take it completely off, these little burn marks, but it does a pretty good job. So, to me, that's less noisy and maybe a little faster. So I'm going to do that super fast, just in some spots. And just get a little bit of that up. Really, basically, it's just going to make it easier to get the paint to cover. No, it's not a big deal. You don't have to do it. You don't have to sand it. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. But I thought, why not try that technique and show you guys as an option. So if it's better for you or easier for you to use a baby wipe and go along that little burned edge, you can do that. I did try it once. I thought, how would that come off if it's burned on? But I guess it does because it worked. So look at, I'm constantly learning also, and I'm happy to learn new things. Okay, so I might need more than one board here. These are the things we're going to paint white, and then we're going to paint some things in a different color. I've been working on some signs for my husband's office. Also, so I've been cutting those, but those I had to make for him. And they're quite large, so I got to work on that after we're done. Hi, Melinda. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? So this, obviously, we're going to be using the Candy Cane Cafe Transfer, which I think a lot of you said you really liked when I showed them all to you. It was one of my favorites. I have another idea for this already, but you know, it's going to take me a minute to get it all put together. So I thought, let's just do it this way first, and then I'll show you my other idea that I have for this already. Hi, Amanda. How are you? Okay, so these are basically done. All of this is going to be white. These are going to be white. And you know what? Hang on. I'm going to find my other, is it in here? You know, we maybe just need to make another one. Let's make another one. Oh, here it is. I'm going to switch these to this one because these are all white. It doesn't matter if it's super sticky or not. And then the rest of these, I think we're going to paint in a different color. have you guys been up to today? Let me know while I get this sorted out. We're going to do the candy canes. We're going to do, boy, my tape is extremely sticky. Okay, all of this is going to be white. I think we're going to paint this white also in this. You get 2 holly leaves. You're going to get all of these. These are going to be white. We're going to do lots of white first. I'm glad you're doing good. And all these little letters, I'm going to paint in Ivy. And I think I might do these first. And I'm going to group these by word so it is easier for me to find them. C-O-C-O-A. So it's easier for me to, you know, put them all together later. Just a tip, you may want to do that. These, of course, are upside down. Confections. It is pretty warm today, though I was out in my garage. W-I-N-T-E-R. And it wasn't too bad at all. I missed, there's an O here for something. Oh, hot. H-O-T. Open. All winter. Perfect. Okay, so these, let's do these super quick because these will only take a second. We're going to use Ivy, which is our brand new En Vogue green that I feel like I have been using so much. So we're just going to take this foam brush. This is not even wet, this foam brush. I have very little chalk paste on my brush. And I'm just brushing the top the best I can. Just over the top. And this, I'm guessing this is going to coat in one coat. Sold our house, 30 years. Oh my gosh, so much stuff. Oh no. Cindy, I'm so sorry to hear that. So is she still able to like live alone and all that? Or is this like just a freak fall? You know, sometimes people fall too many times and then they need some assistance or whatever, which actually Jason and I are just in the process of trying to prepare for that kind of thing, going through some long-term care planning. So our kids don't have to deal with us. But so it's handled. How about that? They get to love us, care about us, but they don't have to take care of us necessarily or be the caregivers. I'm sorry to hear that. That is painful. Hi to your granddaughter. What's her name, Patricia? Tell us her name and I will say hi to her. Okay, this basically is going to cover in that one coat. So we're going to set this aside. I knew that would be quick. We're going to paint these two things in white. Everything else we're going to paint white. Oh, poor thing. Rolled out of bed trying to get her socks and hurt everything. That's not good. Okay. So now we're going to go back to this paint that I have from my house. This is actually the color of my ceilings and all my baseboards and all the things. And I'm like, you know what? We just had the house painted when we moved in. When's the next time I'm going to use this? Right now is when I'm going to use it. Can always get more if I need it, but my guess is we will not be needing it for who knows how long we'll be in this house. Hopefully not too much longer. All right, keyword is cafe. If you want want the product list. And of course, all my cutouts are on Etsy. This one's called I named them basically the same as a transfer to make your life easy. But this is in the autumn collection on my Etsy site. All right, that painted. Let's paint these. Okay, how am I going to say that? Let's see. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it long A or short A? Akira? Akira? Is that how you say it? Can you? I hate when I say people's names wrong. It's probably something very simple to pronounce, and I'm looking at it going, I can't say that word. It looks like the Y, so it seems like it'd be Acura. Help me out. I need some phonetic typing. Hi, dear granddaughter. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name. It's terrible. I'm old. This is the problem. Okay, let's just get these painted white. All right. Now, I showed you the little trick. If you get too much, you know what? This is being annoying. This is getting a lot on the edges, so I'm going to go back to my foam brush. This keeps it, I'm not getting as much on the edges when I use a foam brush, so that's why I switch paint brushes. I still get some there, and I probably, you know, if you want, you can go through with a Sharpie marker on the edge and get those sides bright dark again if you like that look. Oh, I was close. Close, but she's probably going, no, she was not close. I'm sorry. Hi, Colleen. It's the same name, Colleen. Thank you, Colleen. Colleen, it's the same name as my page, Runner Girls with an S Designs. I think if you type Etsy, I think since you type the word Etsy, you're going to get the link to it in Messenger if you want it. Actually, you're getting the link whether you want it or not because you said the word Etsy, but you have the link in Messenger for that. Now, if you guys ever have any special requests, I do take those. So if there's something like a transfer that you want cutouts for that you don't see on my site, I could totally do it. Right now, because I just started this summer, I've just been with the current transfers. But if you have older ones and you have a picture of it, I can make it for you. That's no problem. Just send me a message. Thank you, Colleen. How have you been? Hopefully good. Hopefully life is treating you good. All right, we're almost done painting, you guys. I know this part can be a little bit boring. Maybe sometime I'll get on and have everything already painted white. We'll see. I'm not guaranteeing that, but it could happen. I could get really planned ahead, in theory. Okay, and we want the candy canes with the base of white. Now, again, you pick the colors you like. But I told you the other day, I like to have my cutouts mostly the same color as the background before I chalk on them. That's just what I've been doing. So, but if you want them to stand out more, you could totally make these black or green or blue, whatever you like. It would be way too boring, wouldn't it? It would be not a Nancy page. Okay. I'm just doing just going over this one more time. Most of this you're not going to see because we're going to chalk on it, but just want to brighten it up just a little bit more. All right, I think this is good. I need to put new tape on this is what I need to do, and I'm just being lazy. Okay, we're gonna set that aside. Let's just check these. These I definitely want to be full white. Akira, is that right? Or is it Akira? Is it the I sound or the E sound? Akira is what I think it is. Akira. Is that right? Hi, Akira, if that's right. Hopefully that's right. It's funny, so when I went into the dermatologist today, you know, they call me everything. My last name is butchered all the time. And I just don't correct anybody. It's not really worth it. If you know me and we're friends, it's Augustin. But everybody else, I just answer to, you know, whatever. And so, unless they ask. If they ask, then I do. Otherwise, I just feel like it's annoying to correct people all the time. So, they called me back, Augustin. And then when I was in the room, whatever, they get you ready. And then the doctor came in and he goes, Augustin? And I just said, like a question. And I said, Augustin? And he goes, oh, I just had the wrong accent. So, you know, it's all good. I get it. So I don't like to pronounce other people's names wrong. I was Ray. I went from Ray to a name that gets butchered all the time. So it kind of bugs me. Thank you, Teresa. You're so nice. Quite the heat tool. Yes, my other ones kept dying. I still have my chalk one, but it's not hot, right? So I like to have something a little more. Oh no, I needed that. Come back. Brush. Hang on, we need one more coat on here. Hang on, let's get my paint. I forgot this was sitting over here. Close. Akira. Oh, Akira. Akira. There we go. Hi, Phoebe. How are you, friend? We're doing Christmas in July this week, you guys. And I'm telling you, Saturday, I'm right back to fall. Because every time I try to plan a live, it's always a fall craft. And I'm like, shoot. I told them we were doing Christmas. So when I say I've got things planned, I definitely have things planned. I keep planning for the wrong holiday. Yes, you are checking on me. I'm fine. This is starting to get a little irritating. Like it's starting to bug me a little bit, but I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just a little bit uncomfortable as things start to heal. Okay, we're going to give this one more coat because it needed to. Now, if you start with a white round, you don't have to paint this part. If you have, it's a retired surface now, but if you have the beaded round that I used to have on my chalk site, this idea will fit with it perfectly. And you won't have to paint this. It's just if you put the cutouts on it, you're going to want to put some tape down to do that. Okay, it's just an option. If you have that reusable surface, get that out and try this on there. She's so good. Are you saying I'm so good? You're telling Baby she's checking up on me? She's making sure my wound is okay. But we don't know what it looks like until tomorrow. It'll be to be determined. I think I have some other, like, she said something about, like, some kind of strip or something on it. She said it's like skin color, and I just leave it on until, but this can't get wet until 24 hours, she said. Okay, now we're going to call this good enough. And just get it dry so we can get moving here. think I guess what I was getting at is the numbing is wearing off. And so, I mean, earlier it didn't feel anything, but now the numbing part is wearing off. So that's, I think, the real reason. And I'm stretching it, and this is kind of pulling, but it's all good. Cindy said something. The round, Cindy, is 16 inches. It's from my website. It's that 16-inch round. Hi, Denise. Okay, let's, what should I do next? You know what? Let's just set the round aside. I think what we're going to do is chalk on the letters because these are already dry. And while they're stuck here, let's see. I'm just going to take a very little bit of sanding, just a tiny bit. Since they're stuck, okay? This is probably a good way to do it. That way you don't have to hold them and try to sand them individually. And then keep them on here. Kind of dust them off. Here. We'll just do that. And then I'm going to just not wax them because they're so small. Oh, you're so nice, baby. You're so sweet. And this is the reusable silkscreen transfer we're going to use. I am going to keep it on the backer sheet just like this, okay? And oh, it's getting smaller. It's getting way too small, Colleen. And we're going to just slide the letters underneath. I think that will be the best way to do it. I'm going to get them all under there and chalk them all, I think is how I want to go about this. I'm not for sure, but I'm thinking. So this is a large transfer. It's 18 by 18. So this is what I think. You can always move them a little bit once you get them on, like once you flip it back. But I think flipping it this way and then flipping it over will be the fastest, easiest way to do this, would be my guess. It may not be perfect, but it will be close enough. If you're way off, like I said, you can move them. Could be like a strip. Yeah, some kind of strip. I forget what she said. Some kind of, I don't know. I don't even have room, Colleen, in my yard for a she shed as much as I would like it. Our yard is on a slant, and we just don't have the room. We do not have the room. So I'm taking over the garage is what's happening. Basically, I'm moving into the garage until we can figure out our lives. Hi, Jan. And like I said, having these already spelled out on my tape strip is making this a lot easier to figure out my letters. You could do it all jumbled up if you want, but yeah, I definitely don't have room. We just have a very, like Jay said, we downsized, but maybe we went a little too crazy. Even if I wasn't a crafter and a teacher. I mean, we're gonna say it's not just because of that, but I think even without that, it's a little tough. It's a little tough. All right, we got our hot, we got cocoa. I think this is probably the easiest way to do it. I don't know. I don't like it when I do things in an inefficient way. So I will let you know as I learn what was maybe the better way to do it. I've definitely learned a lot about my laser and your orders and all of those things. Like, I've learned how to be a little more efficient with all of that. Thank goodness, since school's about to start. Okay, so we got cookies and confections left. Down. Why did you say down? Did I say something wrong? Why do I? Oh, I took the wrong S. Doesn't matter. They're both going to line up because they're the same. Now this part, of course, is optional. You don't have to have all the cutouts. This would look really pretty all on its own without the cutouts. But this just kind of raises it a little bit. And it's nice because they all just pair up perfectly. Oh, downsize, yes. We like two downsized, basically. We went a little nuts. Woo! Okay. Now, there's a reason I'm doing these letters first. Because I'm going to do the whole background. And I think it'll be easier to clean if I first do all the little letters and then just chalk the whole thing on the round. I'm just letting you know like what my process is here. And then put our letters on top of those. I think it's a good plan, but I'll let you know as we get there if that was a good plan or not. That lines up. Like I said, when you flip it over, if there are any that are way off, you can just reach in and slide them off. I just think this is the best way to kind of get started. That's not in the right spot. Okay, and we're going to grab our candy cane. And let's see. We're gonna take a chance here. We're not gonna wax it. We're gonna grab our candy cane. Should we just do all of them? Maybe we should just do all of them. Now I'm thinking we should just get them all on there. As I got them on like that, now I'm thinking maybe we should just put them all on. These need a little drying. Because we can just put them all on and then flip it over. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take it right off this. Here we go. Now these, They still don't have quite not very much surface, but there's our D. And our N. And let's see, in the A. You guys still with me? Let me know. Oh, that's not going to work. Oh, this is the AN. I see. These probably go here. So some of these are connected. Some of them are not. Okay. Here's our C. Here's this C. And this C. I'm just going to stick them all on and flip it around, and let's hope that it all sticks together. It will. Hi, Karen Davis. You're baby. You're mesmerized by me sticking these on here? Nope, this one goes down here. If it doesn't line up exactly, then you know I might have painted the wrong side on one of these. Now that I think about it. I bet I did. I may have to paint another one, but that's okay. We're going to do this and worry about it at the end. Quietly watching. I'm like, why? Where's my... You guys, I'm missing a part of the A. Well, we're going to need to fix that. Part of the A. I'll fix it on the transfer. It's not a problem. Not a problem. Okay. I'm going to put this on here, but I guarantee it's backwards. Is it? Oh, no, it's not. Good. Okay, we've got everything on except for our arches, which we're going to do last, okay? Now, we're going to carefully... Now, you don't have to do it on your backer sheet, but I'm just thinking it will be easier. There we go. And then, because this is going to stick like to your desk, this is why, I'm just going to check my letters and see if anything is like super off. And then I'll move it if they are. If they're not, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to move this Y. Of course, it's the one right in the center. Yeah, and then I'll put the D back. But for the most part, other than this Y, hold please as I get my D back on. And maybe this C. One of my A's is fine. I don't know why that A didn't have a bottom to it. I get really quiet when I'm concentrating. Okay. That and this one C. That's not too bad for all those letters, to be honest. To have one letter, kind of kitty wumpus. And the rest are looking good. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to use our chalk paste. And I'm going to do these green ones first, take them off, and then do the other ones, work my way in. So for the green ones, I'm going to use bright white chalk paste. A tiny bit, but I'm not there yet, so we'll just fix the holly in a minute. Jan, of course you noticed. Of course, she's eagle eye. And these are not perfect, but these are going to be fine, okay? So just, you get them as perfect as you want them to be. I'm thinking they're going to be cute because they're going to be a little bit offset, regardless of how you do it. Now she's got me looking too closely at all these. Hang on. All right, we're just going to go with it like this. If they're a little bit off, it's okay. The holly is, but we're not doing the holly right now. Okay, so the rest of these, we're going to do a bright white all the way across. Just take your chalk paste, press it in the silk screen. Lately, I've got lots of questions about, can I use regular paint in a lot of people call these stencils. I say no. I think you run the risk of the paint drying in the silk screen, and then you're not going to be able to use it again. Whereas this, the chalk paste, is water soluble and semi-permanent. And so if it dries and you get it in the water, you'll be able to clean out the silk screen, okay? But that is not going to be the case with acrylic paint or any other paint. You want to use chalk paste. So I'm doing one word at a time and then just taking the letters out, kind of keeping the same words all together. Okay, got that one done. Then we'll do these. We'll probably do the rest of this bottom part. Just take your paste, press it in the silk screen, go through. Did the A break or was it made in two pieces? It didn't break. I think it's the way I traced it. It's a program problem, probably. That's probably the case. But honestly, for this, you're not even really going to be able to tell, probably. So what you do is in the program, it will trace the transfer, okay? And you can choose like inside line, outside line. This part of the transfer is separate. It might have broke. There is a chance it broke and it's out there, but it may just be that I didn't trace it right. It might be out in my laser. You don't know. I don't know. Could be. Okay, I'm going to use my right hand. I think that'll make my life easier. So we're just going to pull out the word cocoa. Set those aside. And basically, this is just giving a nice little trim so that all the letters are green with a little white. Green trim with the white letters. And I think they're going to stand out beautiful. Now we'll do the word cookies and put that up here. Not that you can't spell, it'll just make it easier. Hi, Jen. Jen just joined my team last night. So happy to have you. All right, one more. Cookies. My nose is itching. All right, and then we're going to go down to here or up to here and do the green open all winter. And I think I'm just going to do all of them. Just like this. I have to check the program. That will tell me. If it's just that it fell off and it's in there, then I'll be able to just, you know, put it back on. But if I look on the program and it shows like that piece is not there, that means that was a Nancy problem. So these little letters are a little bit time consuming, but it's gonna be so cute. All right, we just got the word winter, and I'm just putting them off to the side. Just for the sake of time, I'll show you them once we get them all together. And then, see, it'll be easier to get the holly on there straight and all the things. Okay? So, here we go. We're going to just turn my holly a little bit, as Jan pointed out. Also, the problem is, I think what I needed to do, oh no, that one's right. It could be that I painted the wrong side. Or, oh no, I did not. Yay. Okay. Let's work with those at the top first. So we're done with our bright white. What's the program? Lightburn, Colleen. Hi, Maud. It's called Lightburn, and it works with my laser. It's honestly, I mean, I've watched a ton of YouTube videos, and then the company that I bought this laser from has such good customer service that there's tons of training and videos and whatnot. So I've watched so many videos this summer. It's awesome. I still haven't done my training with Thunder. It comes with 2 hours of training. I need to do that because I've been trying to make a box. And it's kind of working okay, but not well enough that I'm going to put it on my Etsy store because I want it to just easily go together and they're not. So I think I'm doing something wrong. You guys. A lot of people, you may or may not know this, that have the laser, they just buy files from other people. Because there's a lot out there that you can just buy the files and then cut it. But I've been trying to do some things on my own, so that's kind of what I'm talking about in that realm. Okay, so we're doing the holly and the, what's that? Candy canes. And I'm using ivy, and the red that I'm using, guys, is cherry, which it was an en vogue color last year, and then they made it a permanent color, which was pretty awesome. If you like the brighter candy apple color, you can use that. You have Lightburn? Is that what you're saying, Colleen? Or are you saying, what are you saying? You have a laser? All right, so here's our holly. Oh, well, good. Maybe he can answer my questions. Ask him why my boxes aren't fitting as snugly as I would. Not snugly. Snugly's not the right. Like I can get all the sides but one. on, and I'm not like, and then it kind of, it doesn't matter the side, it just sort of is a little bit off. And so it's annoying me. I mean, I've only tried it twice, but. Okay, so we've got our holly and our candy canes all done. Let's do our words. Yeah, I absolutely love it. My D fell. He can be my tech guy. I'm sure that's what he wants. He's like, don't talk to her anymore. I actually figured out a lot, like I said, with, why can't I get this in here right? So does he make a lot of that for you then? You don't even need me. You got your own guy. Does he know how to do it for you? Okay. A couple of mine shifted, so I wanted to move them back. All right, we're going to do all these in red, okay? And our cherry chalk paste. All right. Maybe he doesn't know how to do that. I'm sure he does. If he has his own laser, I'm sure he knows how to make them work with the transfers, right? Yeah, I don't think that broke. That A is going to bug me. But it shouldn't have, because all the A's should be the same. We will see. It's to be determined. All right, let's press this in. Get all the letters done. This is a project, you guys. A project. And if you're not live, you can do this in stages at home. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do that. Okay, and then let's get our Candy Cane Cafe letters off. And then we can clean our transfer and get it going on the round, and we'll be toward the end here. Doesn't have the same laser as you. He's learning how to do a bunch of things. He hasn't gotten to the transfer yet, but he's doing some other stuff. Cool. It's pretty simple how to trace once you, basically he's looking for the tracing tool is what he'll need for you. Okay, I just kind of did that all behind the scenes here, but there we go. So now I'm going to clean this super quick if I don't get it all stuck together. Let's see if I can do it in my drawer here. Okay, good. So the portion that needs to be cleaned is the part that's big enough to fit in my drawer. So you clean these with water and a board eraser. So I'm just spraying it really well. I'm actually going to take a paper towel and get the majority of the paste up, or a good portion of it, with a paper towel. In your sink, you wouldn't do that. You would just, like hose it down with your water. But if you're going to use like a surface or like a bath mat or something, it does help to get like one layer off with a paper towel. And then your board eraser doesn't soak up all the paste, because you're not really able to rinse it out like this, right? You'd really only be able to rinse it out like if it was in the sink, or if you had like a bucket of water next to you. I don't operate that way, so. Okay, and then just flip it over, same thing, and do the back. It feels, you're welcome, Colleen. It feels, okay. I mean, right now I'm doing this, so I'm distracted. So it's not bothering me too much. And it's really wrapped, so I'm not like, man, when he was, you guys, I haven't had stitches in a really long time. Thank goodness. But when he was stitching this up, he was like pulling like crazy. And I guess because, like I was saying before, that it's in that sensitive area on your neck where you kind of feel like you're choking. Man, I was like, that is, I mean, I couldn't, it's not like you could feel it, but I could feel him tugging on me. Those, I mean, he was really tugging on those, on my skin. I'm like, this is going to hurt later. Okay, I got it all clean. So now, so that we can use it again, what you want to do is dry the back with a paper towel. Just get the majority of that paste up. And then we're going to take it and flip it to the front. And I'm drying the front on my fuzz cloth in my drawer because we want to fuzz it anyway. So it really doesn't matter because we're going to use it again. Otherwise, if we were done, I would just dry it. I would put it on the backer sheet and then I would dry it on the front that way, okay? Well, I think this is going to be good. What do I want to do with it? We're going to stick this here and make ourselves some room. Debbie, no, I had a basal cell cancer thing removed today. So I had a biopsy a few weeks ago. And then today was, you know, the Mohs. Is it Mohs? Mohs surgery. Okay, I'm just getting these out of the way so we can work with our round. Okay, now we're getting to the nitty gritty here. I'm gonna lightly sand this. It's already dry, so you have to listen to me dry it. Okay, we're gonna get our sanding dust off. Now, I didn't do my curves. I'm trying to think, do I want to do those first? All right, and then we're going to wax our board. With our surface wax. So all my paint doesn't pull up. All right, perfect. You want it to feel slippery after you do that, so that way you know you have the right amount. Oh, you are? Are they removing it, Debbie? My husband didn't have any pain, so hopefully it's not. It just feels uncomfortable, and I think it's the tape. How many stitches? I have no idea. He was pulling and tugging. It didn't take him that long. But man, he was pulling and tugging and doing all kinds of things. It's like, all right, dude. All right, here's the thing. I'm trying to think. What would be the best way to do this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here like this. We're going to slide these. Why do they only take some of it? That's interesting. They had to do it, I guess, 2 times. So they did it the first time and then called me back, and I thought all these people were waiting, and they gave me the stink eye as I left before them, and I thought, oh, here I am leaving before them. And then she's like, we got to take some more. But then after the second time, then they didn't have to take any more after that. So, and it was really just a small portion the second time, so whatever. It's just part of my like health journey, is I always have something going on. Years ago, you guys, I had to do a not chemical peel. I had to do chemotherapy cream on my face 2 years in a row. You guys, that was, look that up on the internet. That'll give you some nightmares. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I've got it lined up basically where I want it on the round. I'm going to slide my, I don't know if this is going to work perfectly, but I'm hoping it does. So it's just skin issues are just part of what I have to do. What I have to deal with here. All right, what is my problem here? Maybe it'll be better to line up the point and then... Is that right? And then line up this one. Ah, I went too far. Hold, please. I'm just thinking if I do this and then just lay it down. Is that fine? Hang on, we're gonna do it one more time. I think I need to do it from the middle and just move it a little bit back and forth. I'm not sure what my issue is here. Okay. And then we're going to take, am I going to do this all in red, I guess? I guess that's the plan. Okay, so I'm going to chalk this in red. And I'm going to be a little bit careful about it. Of course, you can do this however you want. I'm just thinking this might be easier than cleaning it 3 times. Just like this. Now you don't really have to chalk the words, it's really not necessary. But it'll give you something to lay your letters down on. So that'll give you a plan. Okay, just like that. He said it's just because I was fair skinned. Okay, and then we'll reach in and do the other side. But, I mean, I was burned a lot as a kid. If you didn't use sunscreen as a kid, which when I was young, I think sunscreen was kind of relatively a new thing. I mean, my mom was a good mom, so I know if they were recommending it, she would have been making us wear it, but just wasn't it wasn't something I wore enough. I just would always time it and be like, "Oh, um, I need to get out of the sun now. I'd like 10 minutes or 15 minutes." It has something on it. It has something on it. What has what on it? What are you talking about? How many times? I don't know what you're asking, Debbie. The comments are delayed, so I'm sorry if I said something and then I don't remember. If you can ask me again. Yeah, baby oil, I know. My friend would, I just wouldn't use anything, and then I would be done laying out, and then she would just be like finished lathering up. So dumb. Shouldn't have been in the sun at all. I made sure my kids wore sunscreen and and they know with my history that they have a greater risk of getting melanoma also, so hopefully they'll listen. But here's our letters. If you like it all in red, this is how it is. Okay, for now, we're just going to set these over here. And then, okay, this is why I did it this way, because I thought it would be so much easier. Then we can go in and chalk all the doolollies around the outside. And if for some reason we get some red where this is, it's fine. It should be fine. In theory, it should be fine because we're going to cover it up with the cutouts anyway, right? So now we'll just take our squeegee and go around all of this. You guys, I promise this is going to be worth it. And again, if you get somewhere the other lines are, it should be fine because we're covering it up. I'm a little nervous, but it should work. And if it doesn't, you can paint with your bright white, your base color right over it. It's not a big deal. So this kind of, and then if you wanted to do this in a different color, you could. And still you're going to cover up, with your cutouts, the rest of it. So it really makes it so you don't have to like be super detailed if you're like me and you get color where you didn't mean to. This is going to make it way, way more forgiving. Tell me I did that. Okay, I did. I'm like having a heart attack that I did this upside down. But I did not. All right, let's get the rest of this done. Now, if you wanted, you could go in where the holly is. You could chalk the whole thing. And then you would have your placement and everything, and then just put your letters over it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to waste the paste on it. I think this is going to be fine. Hi, Lena. Oh, Lacey was live too. Awesome. Okay, let's pull all this up. Dun, dun. All right, and that just created our outline. I think I'm just going to stick this to the edge of my table here so I can clean it when we're done. Thank you, Debbie. All right, let's dry this so we don't smudge it. So see how that covered that right up? No problem. I got a little bleeding right there because I probably didn't press down like I was supposed to. Okay. We can touch it up. I'm not worried about any of that. Okay, and then we're going to put this one over this. And then our letters should be dry already. You just definitely want to make a plan. Candy. I'm like, where is my Y? And then our C. Oh, I see. Goes here. These might be moved over a little bit. Not everything is exactly where it needs to go, but we'll get it there. So see, anything that I went over last time, you're not going to really see. Okay, this goes up higher and it must go back. Okay. And again, if you chalk here, then it won't be a guessing game like it is for me a little bit. I feel like I must have this. Let me look at this. Isn't this so pretty? Oh, I see. This C is right. Oh, I see. I see. The A overlaps. Then this goes way back. Like so. The Y touches there. And this C goes here. So if you look at all your little marks, where does the A go? The A overlaps the C. And then you have your N and your E like this. And then your cafe, where I marked, goes right there. This is a little bit low, so we just move it a little bit. Just like that. All right. And then we've got our candy canes in the center and our holly leaves on either side. Okay, and then you're going to put all your letters on top of your letters. Okay? So let's get to gluing. I like to start with the biggest things first, to be honest. So we're going to start with this. And I just use Gorilla Wood glue. You can use a little bit of hot glue. I'll use a hot glue toward the end, just so I can hold it up. So I'm going to do these two doolollies. Yes, Karen, the Candy Cane Cafe is on the Etsy site right now. Karen, and I just got your item from last night cut, and it's going to go in the mail tomorrow. I just didn't do the shipping label yet, but that will get done after my live. So thank you for your order. I was working on some stuff for my husband's business, and I pulled your order up with it and got that cut. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you can, of course, kind of put these They don't have to be exactly like the transfer. You can angle them however you want. Did I just do that one? Yeah. Okay, and I think I'll move my C. A lot. What's a lot? Yes, this particular design has a lot of gluing. But again, you can do it however you like. This is just the way I did it. Not hard to glue, but it does have these little ones are going to be a little different. But I may come up with a way that's somewhat easier. I figure let's get the big ones on first. And then they'll have time to dry while we work on the small ones. And I like just using this wood glue now because it's such a permanent hold. It's so much better than, I mean, the hot glue helps for right now, but this will keep it if it gets dropped. As I mentioned the other day, I have dropped some things, you guys. Okay, candy cane, and we're gonna do the cafe. Thank you, Lena. I think doing the other letters in green is just gonna be the perfect touch. Okay. Okay, now let me figure out. I'm like, will it be faster? I think it might be faster this way, you guys, to glue all these little ones on. Put a bunch of glue on a tray. Your paintbrush. And just paint around the letters that are here. And then we'll just stick them on. Doesn't have to be perfect. It'll dry clear. This, I think, will be way faster than putting glue on each individual letter. What do you guys think? And then I think what is going to be super awesome is this green, this small pop of green, where we got so much red. Is it an upside down? Hang on. Yep. You couldn't do this with hot glue, at least not as many letters, because it dries too fast, but with your wood glue, I'm like shaky for some reason. Like, you know how you get when you've had like too much caffeine or something? I think the green makes it just a little less, you know, in your face red. So this worked really well, actually. Just putting the glue right on the chalk paste. whatever letter I grab, that's just where I'm putting it. So I really would recommend just chalking the whole thing, and then that way you have your plan already there, ready to go. Like a little easy kids puzzle, really, is what it is. A matching game. Lena, I used cherry because I was going to use candy apple, but it's not available, so I used cherry chalk paste. If you want a deeper red, you could use the On Vogue color Cabernet. I think any color you use, it's going to be beautiful. This was just, I feel like this is just how I was feeling today, right? Honestly, I considered doing some of this outline in black. I think that would look awesome also. Some of the swirly in black or gold. But I knew this was going to be a bit of a longer project, so I was trying not to switch too many colors. Thank you, Debbie. Glad you like it. This is really pretty. It ends up being like 3 layers. And honestly, you could do it even with just one set of cutouts. Like you could just on one do these cutouts, and then maybe on another door round or another round just use the letters. And then on another one, you could just use the banner, I guess is what we'll call it. Totally up to you. Now, guys, pretty soon, be looking in the VIP group because I have an idea for some bundles that will be coming up that will not be on my Etsy site. They will just be in my VIP group. So I got something brewing, but I will be showing you that very soon. So just keep your eyes peeled. I'm a one-woman show over here, so sometimes it takes me a little bit to get it all together. Awesome! What do you guys think? I think this turned out so pretty. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you like it. Okay, let me, therethere's just a couple things I want to fix, and that's okay. What did I do with my... I just want to fix a couple little, you know, we all have boo-boos sometimes. Let me see. We spent all this time on it. I'm not gonna... If you get any bleeding, you get take your background color and a small little art brush and just touch that up. There was like 2 or 3 little spots that I didn't take my time. I didn't get my air bubbles out. This is a Nancy problem, not a transfer problem. Can't really blame the transfer. I could nitpick at it all day probably, but there were just a few obvious little imperfections that I know some of you might notice. Oh, right here. There's a little spot right here and underneath. You too, thank you. Thank you, Maud. I'm glad you like it. Type the word cafe, guys. Check your messages. Make sure you are in the perks program before you make any purchases. That will save you 30% on all your products. Or if you're thinking you might want to build a business, either doing workshops or go live like I do, or craft shows or whatever, you could join as a designer and save 40% off all your things. All right, I think it's good. Let me hold it up. Let me hope that it doesn't. I'm gonna hold it like this, like slightly angled. What do you guys think? I hope you like it. And again, this is on the back of my 'Tis the Season. So, did you guys get a message or what is happening here? You guys might have already commented the keyword and that's why you're not getting another message. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I know this is a long one. Hope you have a great rest of your day, guys. We'll see you soon. Keyword, Debbie, is cafe. Oh, goodness. You didn't? You should have. Let me look really quick. Let me look really quick before I turn this off, unless it's already off. Here, hang on. I think you might have already done it because I'm pretty sure it was working. Hang on. Yeah, it's on. It's working. You should have gotten it. Maybe you typed something earlier and that's why. I can get you the link to this if you need it, Karen, okay? All right, guys. See you soon. Bye. Did you watch that whole thing? It took me so long.
I did. I started bored. So I started to plan September and I had you on watching it and planning it. It was gorgeous.
Doesn't this turn out pretty? Aren't these cutouts amazing?
So pretty.
It's amazing.
So pretty. It turned out really great. It was a lot of work. I mean, not a lot of work, just a lot of steps.
A lot of steps. It took time, right?
Steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot of steps, but it is worth it. It looks absolutely gorgeous.
It's crazy.
Gorgeous. It doesn't look bad. I was imagining the worst thing.
Well, just no, you can't even see anything. It's all, we don't know how it looks.
I know, it's just a big bandage, though. I thought it was gonna look like.
I'm saying, how is it gonna look when I take it off? Like, I don't even just that little.
Well, it's probably just gonna be crusty, just like a big crust.
I guess. I mean, it was like disgusting, like it was last time for 4 freaking weeks. I just want to look at it.
I don't think it will be.
There's just no way to hide it.
But it is. You can put the fancy.
Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I'm still live on YouTube. Let me end that.
Yeah.
And